Should be going up, and then I'm gonna start the recording on here. Okay.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Boom. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The BonFiya. I'm your host, KB, the Funko Pop Poppy, Sith Lord, apparently also Dad of the Year, but I don't claim that because, there's also a lot of great dads out there. So, keep doing your thing, Black man. Anyway, we're here to talk some garbage about, unfortunately, I hate to say this will most likely be another BonFiya on DC stuff. We're going to do a 2-part episode today, you guys. We're going to talk about the worst identities for superheroes and the CW shows. We're here to talk trash about those because the CW does not give us anything to work with, unfortunately. But before we get to that, I'm here with two of my very good friends. We got CJ, the Puffco Poppy from Vice City down in Florida. What's up, man? What's going on?
What to do, man?
Anything today?
We got a lot of good stuff, man. My cabinet's looking good. We just got some live resin down here in Florida. So I got this orchid nectar from True Leaf, live resin. It is pretty good. I ain't gonna fake. It's surprisingly fire. I'm very, very high.
take a dab from me since I can't smoke. It's so sad.
One
day. And we also got, the deity, the god, Deontay Hook. What's up, man?
What's up, man? It's LK, the god, the deity, the mogul, the shogun in the 01.
How
everybody doing today? Yeah, that's fine. I have many monikers, many names, a celestial being like myself. We have many monikers, many names, many handles. But make sure you guys hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, follow all our socials, and buy some merch. Thank you.
Please do that. Follow us. Tell your friends. Tell your grandmas. Tell your sisters.
Tell your grandmas.
Tell Granny hop on and watch us talk about DC shows. Because, geez.
Right.
But anyway, so we're going to start this off. And we're talking about the worst out of the worst superhero identities. So Hook, go ahead, start us off, man. What you got? Who you think's the worst? Top 5.
When we discussed this list, I wanted to be very specific in what I describe as a secret identity. Now, with a lot of Marvel characters, they don't really have a secret identity because they are just them. So, like he said from the rip, it would kind of sound like we're shitting on DC characters, but it is what it is.
Too bad, so sad.
Superman.
Ooh. Superman and Clark Kent.
Matt Murdock, Daredevil. I went with Thor. Power Rangers. I mean, I just had to go with Power Rangers.
The Power Rangers?
The Power Rangers as a whole. And who can else not pick off here? I want to go Bruce Wayne. Besides Iron Fist, because he just wears like a fucking tie across his face. So Bruce Wayne.
Ninja.
Yeah.
So, Power Rangers.
Mm.
You said that, and that took me off guard, man. I need to sit here. We need to sit here and elaborate real quick.
Well, let me elaborate. I say Power Rangers because every season on Power Rangers, they do, what is it? Monster of the Day or Monster of the Week, right? So every week, or if it's considered a day in Angel Grove, every day these niggas is leaving school in the middle of the day to go fight a kaiju, and nobody noticed anything. And they would come back to school afterwards, beat the fuck up with bruises and everything. Like, yeah, man, it's crazy. We all 5 of us at the same time just had to use the bathroom for really, really long. I mean, what do you want? And on top of that, they're all wearing color-based clothes anyway. Like Tommy's always going to wear red. I mean, not Tommy. Jason's always going to wear red. Zach is always gonna wear black. So these guys are friends. On top of that, one, they're friends. Two, they probably only talk to themselves inside the school. Three, they all vanish at the same time, and they all know how to fight for some reason. So you just gotta put all that together and be like, oh, they're the Power Rangers.
Oh, they're the Power Rangers. I mean,
Yeah.
And this does go from Mighty Morphin to wherever we're at now. I mean, geez, I think the last time I watched the Power Rangers was like SPD, maybe around that time frame.
There's a
Did
reason
Dino
for
Thunder
that,
come out? Did Dino Thunder come out after that? I think it did. Yeah, whatever one Tommy came back for Dino Thunder. I feel like that's the last one I watched. And you are correct. They're all color coded, man.
It do be facts though. Like it's 5 athletic martial arts kids all wearing the same colors every day, disappear whenever a monster appears, reappear together. If they know it's 5 Power Rangers, it's fucking 5 kids or 6 after a while, and it's like
6. There's always a 6th one after a while.
These very athletic martial arts gifted kids keep leaving school. I don't know, what are they doing, man? Like,
and then that 6th person that always joins is like some like degenerate from another high school, and he turns out to be like the bad guy, and then they convince him, hey man, join our team and fight for the side of good. Yeah.
Baby, listen. If you was at school and the new guy showed up to school, the new guy with attitude problems, he just starts to like befriend one group of kids, and he only talks to them. Now he's wearing gold all the time. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Don't they all got like the same watcher pager? What they be talking to Zordon on?
Yo, that is true too. No one sees their their morphers on their arms. Like, what's going on?
Strange watch. They just think it's from China. They don't even know what's going on.
Watch from China.
They just all went to China.
Jeez, horrible.
Yeah, and that's why I picked the Power Rangers.
I'll give you that.
I'm there for it. And so, with that being said, by default, they have to end up on our master list of worst identities. Just for that, it's 5 of them. You guys don't figure this out by now? Y'all lame.
CJ, I also want to reiterate Daredevil that Hook brought up because I thought about this a lot during the show too. Like, Matt Murdock be coming in incredibly injured to work, and people just be like, "Man, what keeps happening to you, man?" Like, I fell down the stairs again. It's the 3rd time this week. Good God,
I mean,
like, did you get stabbed?
He's
like,
blind.
It's just like, bro, I don't know how long he'd be able to keep that shit up. Where people just like, you keep getting beat up. Who the fuck?
Hey, look,
you're blind and keep getting into fights. What is going on? How are you this mean?
He's blind, bro. If somebody came into my job right now and he was blind, and every other day he comes in with like a broken arm, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I fell down the steps," I'd believe it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm like, bro, he's blind. He can't see the steps. Maybe it's different steps that he fell down today. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But the Daredevil be getting destroyed, bro. Like, this is beyond like, a little arms. Like my man be having like punctured lungs going to fucking work trying to do a legal case and shit. Like,
do you still want him to represent you if your lawyer looks like that? A blind man is getting beat up every day. Like,
hey, if I saw his win percentage before his looks, I'd be like, "Hey, yo, man, Matt, be my lawyer, please."
He should presumably win every case. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know. Yeah. Like, I got to catch up on the current run of Daredevil. I hear it's very, very good. But yeah, as an identity, I don't know how long he would be able to keep that secret identity up, especially since he's like a lawyer, and it's like, bro, like, there's no reason for you to come in with stab wounds like every week. Like, I don't know what's going on, bro.
Nasty. CJ, who you got?
Pretty much everybody Hook had, honestly. Like I said, I think Superman is the worst. Like I said, there was a retcon to Superman. Because I always had this beef, and it's one of the reasons I've been very anti-Superman growing up. It was just like,
for
How the fuck do they not know it's him, bro? Like, it's just glasses, bro. They're just glasses. That's not a disguise. That is not a disguise. Like, if I put on glasses, you're gonna be like, oh, that's CJ wearing glasses. You're not gonna be like, I wonder.
CJ was saying
Like, so I was like, that's not how glasses work. They retconned it to be like they're magical or they're from the Fortress of Solitude.
I will give you this. As somebody who does wear glasses religiously, when I take them off, people have no idea who the fuck I am. So I would just say that, you know.
If you were flying around, fucking lifting buses and stuff, like, and everyone was trying to figure out who you were, I think they could.
Time out.
What?
Time out. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh.
Where did KB go?
Where'd he go? Who's this guy we're fighting with?
Hey, I'm back. Hey guys, I came back.
Okay, B, there was a guy sitting in your chair, man. I don't know who that guy was.
So the issue I have with this, honestly, is like if they have that retcon, but that retcon is only in the comics. So whenever they do a movie or a TV show, like Man of Steel, they don't explain that, and they just have you suspend disbelief and be like, they just don't know who these. I mean, they just can't figure it out, even though Clark Kent's like 6'4" and fucking looks exactly like Superman in the same city that Superman operates in.
You know what else I don't like? I think they do it in Superman and Lois, the show that I've been watching. CJ just started watching it, but they kind of like when he's like in Clark mode, they kind of make it seem like he's clumsy. Like
I'm calling bullshit on that too. Like, just being, if LeBron James wore glasses and just started acting clumsy, you wouldn't be like, I wonder if that's LeBron. Like, bro, like,
this is twin.
He's just real dopey, like, oh, I can't do anything.
I get the bigger philosophical message that makes Superman interesting, which is like he's opposite of every superhero because he's super, and his secret identity is to pretend to be like us, is to pretend to be non-super. That's like, he wants to be like us. Like, he wants to be human and like, you know what I'm saying? I get that. But I'm just calling bullshit on the secret identity of like no one being able to figure it out. Family, friends, coworkers. This man literally covers Superman for his job. It's almost on that Peter Parker shit where it's like, at least Spider-Man wears a mask though. You won't be like, that's clearly Peter Parker. Like, that would be like Spider-Man just taking off his fucking glasses, Peter Parker, and being like, just operating as Spider-Man out in the open, and people being like, damn, I wonder who that is. Like, it doesn't make
Who is that guy? Who is that guy? Oh,
I've always had beef with the Superman thing. If you're gonna do the glasses are magical, you got to touch on that at least, even lightly, even just fucking make it a throwaway line. But you can't just be like, not bring that up and then pretend like he goes to the Daily Planet, puts some glasses on, and his wife doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
Hey, Dre in the chat says Superman has the absolute worst disguise. That is a fact.
It is no disguise. It's similar. We talked about Wonder Woman as well, like in DC, where it's like, if a 6'4", amazingly beautiful a diplomat came out and then who always disappeared when some crazy world-ending shit was going on, I'd be like, I mean, Wonder Woman doesn't wear a mask, and neither does Diana Prince. Like, is this magic as well? Maybe I missed that comic. Like, is there some enchantment? Is like a Thor, Donald Blake thing going on here?
It's the crown, you know. It's hideable, man. It makes sense because it's DC, you know. I'm not throwing any shots, but I'm just saying it's DC, so make it make sense.
And honorable mention, I gotta give it to Black Lightning because there's not that many black heroes in DC, and those goggles are not a real disguise. It's not a mask, bro. That's not a mask.
Hey, hear me out, CJ. Hear me out. By default, if we're adding Black Lightning, you gotta add Static Shock.
How
Static's
dare you?
costume is a little better though, because Static has a mask.
I mean, he has a costume, but he has that thin little mask with the locks. Like,
no,
bro,
well, I mean, I'm talking about
you
talking about the TV show costume. Okay,
but
yeah,
here's the thing, KD.
Not very discreet because of the hair.
Black Lightning is worse because in the show, this nigga has a voice modulator. He has a voice modulator in the show, which makes it a whole lot worse because you already have a distinct voice and you still look like you. So, you know, it makes it, oh, wow.
I will say in defense of Static, his original costume has like a full mask and then his head is covered. He has like a hat and shit so you can't see his hair. So just like the
See,
original
that makes
static
sense.
costume, I want to give that. The TV costume, you have a point. This nigga's locks are fucking exposed, and he's got like a fucking
And he's the only
barely
one in his
mask.
school. He's the only one in his school with locks. And so,
Yeah.
everyone's fighting outside of his school on top of that. You got all the bad guys. I think didn't one of them went to the school at one point in time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
And
mostly all people from his school. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
retconned it for the
exactly.
new one, but like, yeah, it was like mostly kids. It was like a gang thing. So most of the bad kids that were in the gangs got power. So that's why like most of his villains are like other kids, but like bad fucking gang fucking
And,
thug
and
ass
that's
niggas
and that's
basically.
what I'm saying. Like, bro, he the only like every time these gangs start acting up, hey, where'd Virgil go? Where'd Virgil go?
Well,
Where'd
yeah, that
Virgil
was
go?
his original origin when he was they were trying to recruit him into the gang, but then he changed his mind last minute because they wanted him to shoot somebody or whatever. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's it made a lot of sense though, like why Virgil will be like one of the non-gang banging bang babies, basically, because like he wasn't really supposed to be there. He was like, I'm not really cut out for this gang shit. And then the accident happened. So like it's a bunch of niggas in the gang scene and Virgil gets power. So when they act up, he has to be the superhero to try to like step in and keep the order. And then the new comics, they made it like a Black Lives Matter protest that all the kids were going to. And then the tear gas had the chemicals in it. So like that's how all the kids basically get the powers in the new run, which has actually been very good so far with Vita Ayala and Chris Cross and Nicholas Draper Ivy. Very great. I love the anime inspiration to the look.
I think I'm gonna have to read that now. Thank you, CJ.
Yeah, I was worried that it was not going to be good, but I really like Vita Ayala, their work as a writer, because they're doing New Mutants right now too for the X-Men, and even though the X-Men line is falling apart right now, there's still some gems in it.
Well, I'm with it. But
hey, before you start, KB, Dre in the chat says, I love Nick Draper Ivy's art. Whatever y'all said. He spelled it wrong.
Yeah, his art is very, very heavily anime inspired. Like I follow him on Twitter. He talks about his inspirations and shit all the time, and like very, very cool look and how cinematic and just it's a unique looking comic. Like I said, it just stands out just in general for how it looks and how it's laid out. So like I said, I love unique storytelling. We were talking about Hawkeye off camera earlier too, and like this stuff like that. That's why that Hawkeye comic that they're drawing the TV show is so beloved because of the visual storytelling style that they use in that comic. So like I said, that's the power of comics. It's one of the first comics where I was like, oh, like comics can be like really special because I was never a fan of Hawkeye. That was early in my days getting back into comics. And I was like, I'm getting back into Iron Man because of the movie and stuff like that. What should I read? And the dude was like, you got to read this Hawkeye. And I was like, do I need to read this Hawkeye? I've never been a guy interested to be like, I need a Hawkeye solo series, like a whole run, but it turned out to be one of the best comics I've ever read.
Well, let me ask you this, CJ, not to throw anybody off, but how do you feel about the Hawkeye series that's coming out? You personally, how do you feel about it?
If they stick to the source material, which it looks like they are very closely, then I'm not worried. I just personally don't like Christmas shit. So that's the only thing that was a turn off for me, the tone. Like I don't like Christmas movies and I don't like Christmassy tone shit. So like the most wonderful time of the year as the trailer song and all that emphasis on the Christmas is the only thing I didn't like. But they're pulling from one of my favorite comics, like, and it looks like they're sticking very close to that storyline. So I'm optimistic. I just wish it wasn't like a Christmas themed show.
Okay.
But no, that fraction run on Hawkeye is legendary. Like it will make you respect him. It'll make you really actually like Hawkeye and appreciate his place on the Avengers and in the Marvel universe.
I was gonna say, how I feel about Hawkeye is the exact same way I feel about Black Widow. I really don't care, but I mean, hey, if they get this right,
yeah, read that fraction run. It'll really help you care about Hawkeye because it's about what he does when he's not with the Avengers, and like that's the more important Hawkeye stuff. Because with the Avengers, he's more there to be like the moral support. He's the heart. He's like, yeah, like everybody fucks with Hawkeye, but yeah, he still is a dude with a bow and arrow, and we're trying to fight like Galactus or some shit. He's not super useful in every situation, but like he's the heart. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't know how else to put it. Like he's the Draymond of the Avengers. He's Draymond. He's the glue guy. He ain't the best player on the team. He ain't KD.
Heart
Yeah, but
he's the heart
that keeps the team together morally and chemistry wise. That everyone.
But you need those people on the team, KB. You need
it's a glue guy, so they call it basketball. He's a glue guy, man.
Like, keep everybody together. Like Colson, he had to keep everybody together.
You got it, bro. Because I'm not about to argue that. Because I was gonna be like, so what is? You know what? I don't even care what she is. I was gonna say what is Black Widow, but don't care what Black Widow is. She can be like the gust of wind from wind or something. I don't know, man.
Gust of wind.
Hey, look, don't judge me. Anyway.
Hey, Dre in the chat says started following him on IG before the Static fame. I guess he's talking about Nick Draper, Ivory. And he also said, was Hawkeye a circus performer or criminal originally? I think he was in the circus, right?
Circus performer, then criminal, then Avenger.
Oh, he's like Robin.
Yeah, they're gonna have the swordsman, the dude who trained him, is supposed to be in the show. So yeah, they'll probably touch on his origins and stuff like that. We'll learn more about Hawkeye. But yeah, he was a criminal before he joined the Avengers, which is why his personality in the comics is what it is. He's kind of an asshole, but
hey, not for nothing. Stick in the Daredevil in the Netflix Daredevil show. He was pretty cool. I like Stick. I remember Stick. Person that trained Daredevil.
Yeah, he's part of the Hand and shit, or the Chased or whatever. I don't remember all the ninja mythology of Marvel.
All that shit.
Ninjas. Yeah. Anyway, though, let me throw out my list so we can move on to more important things, like these crappy DC shows. But so yeah, my list. I'm gonna give you Jay Garrett, the Golden Age Flash, because
a hat.
He just wears a helmet. Yeah, the helmet, and he's like, yeah, man, you know.
Let me look this guy up.
Hey, Hook, when you see him, you're just gonna be like, oh, okay.
You've never seen Jay Garrett? The Golden Age Flash.
Also got Oliver Queen up there because that thin little raunchy mask.
I think the goatee gives it away for him.
The goatee.
Yeah.
That's the name of that Flash. Yeah, I hate that Flash. Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know his name.
Strong word. Yeah, definitely.
No, I just hate the costume. Like the costume job throws me off. But yeah, I know who that guy is now. Go ahead.
I got Superman and Supergirl because
Yeah, same difference. Yeah.
It's actually I can just cross Supergirl out because that's basically Superman, but a woman. And then hear me out. I'm going with He-Man.
Is he really a superhero? Does he have is that a secret identity?
He-Man.
I don't watch
He-Man is He-Man. That is a secret identity, bro. He is Prince Adam. And then he turns into a hulking, buff guy with draws on and just slashes people. That has to be a secret identity. Yeah, it's the same face, man. What?
So he just beefs up.
I mean, if I'm not adding He-Man to this, then technically, do you want to count the Thing? He doesn't really have an identity at all.
It's not a secret identity, though. Everybody knows
he puts on his trench coat and his hat.
Trying to be incognito, or he's like
exactly. That's
the
great.
Thing. There's no fucking way. The Fantastic Four are like absurdly famous. None of them have secret identities. Especially the Thing, the big rock dude, man made of rocks.
Hey, one note about He-Man. The new show that they recently came out with, somebody tried to get us to watch it, review it. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm willing to give anything to good old college try. So I watched it. Huh?
They said it's vicious.
I mean, me personally, I didn't like it. I couldn't finish it. Like, I was in the middle of watching it, and I was like, I can't do it. Like, it just...
I've heard mixed things about it, but because He-Man's never been my jam, I never watched it because it's like, that's an 80s thing. I'm a 90s dude. I just missed that, which is before my time. Even though I do fuck with the Voltron show that they did on Netflix. And I mean, I do know that they do some quality animation for these kid shows on Netflix. So
I felt that way, the way that CJ feels about Type. That's how I feel about that show.
Oh, it's like that.
Wow. That's hate
to
and
me,
discontent.
To me, because I couldn't even watch
the
it.
show.
I couldn't even watch it. I was like, dog, why am I doing this? Why am I
Alright.
watching?
Nah,
the show?
you don't
I'm
hate it the way I hate Titans. There's no, you don't.
I can't
You
watch
I'm
don't,
a, I'm gonna
I
watch
couldn't
the
even
first
finish it.
episode tonight.
Okay. All right. Dre in the
bro.
chat says that new He-Man was not for me, and Thundercats is greater than He-Man.
Yeah, I definitely rock with Thundercats. I've seen.
Thundercats was definitely the jam right there. It was just everything about it. But I guess that's the list, you guys. You know, Superman is probably number one because we all said Superman. Wonder Woman's up there. Does the Green Lantern? I feel like he should be up there too. Just
Depends on which
anyone
one, because some of them have masks, some of them don't. It's at varying degrees of disguises. Like Jon Stewart doesn't really have a mask. He doesn't have a mask at all.
Yeah, I think Jon Stewart just doesn't care that anyone knows he's the Green Lantern.
Yeah, like he's
Like,
in
I'm
like
the Green Lantern, bro.
What mask actually works? Because a lot of superheroes, they got the little mask going over their eyes, but that doesn't help anything.
Well, most of these don't work. I mean, we had the controversy with the Black Batman that we just had, where it's just like, oh, the Batman cowl works until it's a black man under there. Then they had to cover the fucking mouth part because it's yeah. They'll be like, well, that ain't Bruce Wayne under there. You know what I'm saying? Or they're going to do like a Watchmen situation where you got to do like a reverse blackface and do spray paint the white parts under your eyes and shit. So they think it's a white dude under there.
Yeah, that was a wild episode of Watchmen, by the way. That was a fucking wild episode.
That was the best episode. That shit was great.
That shit was crazy.
This man's a white face.
Yeah, I never seen a white face before. He painted himself with a peach crayon. I'm sorry if that offensive to anybody.
Wait, what do you mean you've never seen whiteface? Dave Chappelle did it.
No, like
in a superhero capacity.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, I got you.
He was like trying to give off actual.
Like, what if you found out that Bruce Wayne was black this whole time, and then like he's been powdering his chin all these years to make him look white? That's the equivalent of that.
Yeah, it was bananas, dog. Shout outs to Watchmen, dog. That's a short show. What is it, like eight episodes?
Yeah.
It ain't never coming back.
It's really good. I like it.
It's really good.
As someone who's a religious fan of the Watchmen book, as it's my favorite comic book, like I was very, very skeptical of that show, but it actually pulled through and was very solid.
All right. Well, we got anything
Fire
else
the
for
BonFiya cannon.
I'm sorry I failed you tonight. I forgot to get the audio for that. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We got plenty of bonfires, man. We'll get there.
Oh, Dre in the chat says, I think Alan Brashore / Blue Marvel did Whiteface.
Really? Oh, yeah, he's right. It's a good catch. Blue Marvel.
I didn't even know that, too.
Well, I got beef with Dre in the chat because someone recommended Titans.
Hey, hold on. So I was gonna explain that before we got there because I realized I said DC shows. So for this bonfire episode, all right, we will not be talking about Titans because remember we got pulled Dre into the bonfire courthouse and
he's in the chat.
I understand he's in the chat, but this gotta be in person, man. He can't defend as fast while typing, and we gotta, and we need the whole jury here with us also,
Who's that guy on TikTok who just be crying next to the white people making the food? That's how I'll be like watching Titans every week, bro. Like that's how real it is. Like, but yeah, there's enough bad DC shows to not talk about Titans today. That's a whole. I could talk for a whole hour about Titans. That's how real it is. I have a long list of complaints that I'm going to take down every week.
I'm telling you, man. That's why that has to be its own episode, bro. That's bonfire court right there.
It's so bad. I'm determined to keep watching it. Like I have to see where this goes. Like how much worse can it be? Like
don't do that. Don't do that to yourself, CJ.
I'm become a masochist watching this show.
Oh. It's okay.
But there are other bad shows if you want to segue into what are your guys'
so, yeah. What you got, CJ? You know what? Since you're
please get
I can't let you I can't give you Titans tonight, but what else do you have? What
is stipulation? Are we just doing worse DC shows or worse superhero shows or what?
DC shows.
DC.
Well,
DC?
Yeah,
they have
no.
so many ass shows.
I get that, but
We're talking worst of the worst, though.
let's just do all of it. Just all superhero shows.
All
Just
right. So if we're
everything.
gonna do worst superhero shows,
Okay.
with the exception of Titans, I'm gonna start from the bottom. Inhumans.
Ooh,
Since
all
so
right.
we don't gang up on DC. This is Inhumans. They wasted
Yeah.
IMAX money for this. This was supposed to be a movie. They got demoted to a super cheap TV show by the showrunner of Iron Fist, which should have made everyone concerned. And we got the cheapest, wackest version of the Inhumans I've ever seen in Halloween costumes, fucking running around Hawaii doing nothing for a whole miniseries. That's
Of course.
Black Bolt, one of the most powerful characters in Marvel, looked like he had to take a dump the whole series because he couldn't talk. And when he did talk, he flipped over a car lightly. When, in the comics, if Black Bolt even starts to sneeze, like the whole city's gone. Like, y'all niggas are dead. This man can he can beat the Hulk by like talking. So it's like Black Bolt is insanely powerful. He wouldn't just be like flipping over cars and look like he has to fart for a whole show. And the costumes, ridiculously cheap. Like, they look like some Halloween fucking store shit. Medusa, the cool character whose power is her hair, can turn into anything, shapes like tendrils. Control. They shave her head with a Norelco looking ass razor as an excuse to not have to do that special effect for the rest of the season. There's fucking, I don't even know what to say that hasn't been said about the show, but it's the worst thing that Marvel's ever done on TV in recent memory since the MCU, since like modern Marvel shit.
I was about to be like, let me stop. I'm not gonna say let me stop you there, but there's been some catastrophes as far as TV shows. Well, TV show singular, because there's only one other show that's bad, if not worse than Inhumans, and we all know it's Luke Cage. No, not Luke Cage. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Iron Fist.
Yeah.
I don't even think Iron Fist is that bad. Iron Fist is
Iron
bad.
Fist was horrible.
It's that's awful. We can get to that if you want. We want to stay on Marvel, like Iron Fist. Especially, we all just saw Shang-Chi. And then to fucking relive Iron Fist, the martial arts show where the lead actor couldn't do martial arts. And they devoted half of it to being a boardroom corporate show. So they pitch you, it's like, you want to see this cool kung fu show? Now here's a 15-minute scene in a boardroom about pharmaceutical drug prices with the Meachums. Don't you want to hang out with the Meachums? Like, no, I don't. I fucking don't. Like, I
Exactly.
see
That's
Anthony
what
Rand punch people and do martial arts and hang out with
the
Luke
show
Cage.
was horrible. There was nothing great about it. The plot was terrible. Of course, Iron Fist himself was just
whiny little bitch.
Yeah.
Very unlikable.
It was laughable, man.
Despondent. Hey, Dre in the chat says Iron Fist is a dumpster fire.
Yeah, John's awful. It's the worst of the Netflix shows by far. I think Iron Fist definitely fell in his face. I think the second season was actually a little bit better, but like that first season was hot ass cheeks. Like second season, I think was tolerable. I think that was more of like a 6 out of 10. Like this still isn't good, but it's fair. Like it's watchable. But like
the second season to me got better because they presented other options at Iron Fist.
Yeah, I think because they made Colleen Wing like the fucking head of the show, and she was like carrying that shit. And it was
and they had the other guy who had the power too. Like he was more compelling than Finn Jones, and it was your show. Like,
yeah, I was just super offended the first season when they teased the dragon and we never saw the fucking dragon. Like we never saw. It's like I fought a dragon to get my powers and fucking got my fist in the heart of a diamond. Like we never see that goddamn dragon. And it's like stop talking about it and like
it was some headlights to a thing or something.
Yeah, y'all could have just retconned that to be something to be like more grounded, but they're like, no, we're going full comic book, but we don't have the money for that, so we're just going to talk about it. It's like, well, don't. What did Kevin KG say in the fucking Uncut Gems movie? Don't show me some shit if I can't have it, bro. Like you keep talking about this dragon, but I'm never see it. Now I want to see this flashback where Danny Rand fights a dragon, and I know on Netflix that's never going to happen.
Never, ever, ever. And speaking of Netflix, I have a show for you. Worth, horrible shows. Jupiter's Legacy.
Yeah, I think we already we
by default that has to be included in that. But I mean, hey.
Woo.
Yeah. Since we've opened it up, that definitely needs to go on there. Like that was an unnecessary ass season of TV. Like I read the comics, and even the comics were like this was good, but like this doesn't warrant all this. Like, we getting filler, we're getting backstory. Like, none of this shit is in the comic. Like, these are different comics, but like from the main Jupiter's Legacy comic, like, I don't need an extended version of this story. This is a 6-issue comic. Like, son, that's done. 6 issues is like, I'm reading that in like 30 minutes. Like, that's not a long run that you can stretch multiple seasons out of. Like, and they tried it. They had the audacity to think that this is going to be the next big thing. Some fucking Tyler Perry ass wigs.
I don't know. Oh no, we Fire films that one because remember we were talking about the episodes and the horrible twist at the end of the season, which was just unnecessary, and it kind of was like, "Hey, you guys, stay tuned because there's about to be season 2."
Yeah, I hate that unearned confidence where they just like get ready for season 2. What makes you think you get into season 2, my nigga?
Exactly.
They swiftly
what
did not.
Makes you think? Everybody hated it, and then they canceled the show right after that.
Yeah, that shit wasn't good. Like, it was like, what the fuck is this, dog? This
It was
is a boring
laughable
version of a comic book that I thought was mediocre. Honestly, like, I didn't enjoy the comic that much. Like, for real, like that shit just was like, okay, that was all right. But
the
like,
constant going back in time to go see like how they got their powers.
Yeah, that shit was frustrating. Like,
you
the
didn't
pacing.
even.
It's like, oh, we're making progress in the story, and we're going back. It's like, well, I already know they have powers though.
Like, and then
like
and then
they made
the entire
the whole
season.
show. Yeah, they made the whole show about, oh, should I have killed the supervillain? Yeah, motherfucker, you was gonna kill your father. What else you gonna do? Put him down? It took 8 or 9 or 10 of y'all niggas and y'all couldn't do nothing with him. So I got the kill shot, whatever. I had to save my dad. What do you want me to do? And dad's all like, you shouldn't have did that. We don't kill supervillains.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
None of that shit is in the comics either. That whole angsty, like, you should have killed him, dad. Like, his son is not a whiny bitch in the comics. And it's like,
aw.
And that did nothing for the son's character the whole show. Like,
it's made him more unlikable. It's like, I think they're trying to set up maybe a long arc where he starts to slowly go evil, because he kind of starts evil in the comics, and it's like he's not evil at all. He's just like a fucking annoying ass kid that's getting chewed out by his dad. And a super unlikable sister. It's like, she's just like a cokehead. Like, am I supposed to root for her? Like, I don't understand.
No, it's not. She's like one. She is one.
She is she's snorting shit. She don't even know what it is. Like 80% fentanyl and that shit, but she's got superpowers. So I was like, whatever.
She snorted super coke, and a dude came back and looked at the bag like, I can't believe you did all that.
Then we got the Weekend with a teleportation stick, and like, I don't know what's going on in this film.
The Weekend was wild.
He called us a Weekend.
Bro, that was Hook, he's right, bro. It was the Weekend.
He had one of those powers which is like super powerful, but he doesn't use them like they're super powerful. Like, you could literally kill anybody, do anything you want, and you go rob banks with it.
I mean,
yeah. Well, like I said, he's not even power. He doesn't even have any powers. Like, that's just a piece of technology that he has that was given to him because he doesn't have any fucking powers. Like, and it's way more interesting in the comic. And again, like, I don't think the comic is that interesting. Like, I don't think that's one of Mark Millar's best comics either. Like I like Kick-Ass and some of the other stuff he's done way better than I fucking enjoy Jupiter's Legacy. And I love comics. So it's like, I give the comic like a 7 out of 10, and the TV show is a lesser, way drawn out, more boring version of the comic that doesn't even have a conclusion because they wanted a season 2 for some fucking reason.
Dre in the chat said, I liked the concept of Jupiter's Legacy, but the execution was pretty uninteresting. I agree. Yeah, that's one of those shows that I think I was the one who suggested it to everybody in the chat. Like, I was excited about it, and then we watched it, and it was like horrible for all of us.
And you tried to keep this fire going. He was like, yeah, man, the show is just, Jupiter's Legacy. We're just like, no, bro, this ain't it.
No.
Yeah, no, it wasn't it.
I had faith in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw a plot twist in there, and I'm going to defend a bad show. I'm going to defend a show that I know is not good, but Legends of Tomorrow is not as bad as people think it is. I'm gonna defend Legends. Legends, is it good? If you enjoy the CW universe, you'll enjoy it. But like, is it objectively good as a TV show? Fuck no. No, it's not. It's not. It's not great television, but is it enjoyable if you like these characters? Yes, because it's a show. It's the only CW show, especially from Jump, that didn't take itself seriously at all. Where it's like this is just goofy side characters on goofy fun side shit, and like that's all it is. Like, and it just became something that was kind of fun. So I was like, yes, the CW verse as a whole definitely fell off, but like it had promising beginnings, and like for a while, that really shared universe they had was really, I think until Crisis, was really really good. I mean, it had its down seasons of like Arrow and shit. Arrow fell apart after season 2. Honestly, all of them fall apart after season 2. Let's keep it real, but like they built a nice, cool shared universe. Even Crisis, when they brought in Supergirl and they brought in all the cool stuff, the Superman from the movies, from Superman Returns, Brandon Routh Superman, and the Tyler Hoechlin Superman, who is now in a good TV show, like you mentioned before. He's the Superman we have for Superman and Lois. They spun off from Supergirl, which is a part of that CW, Toronto shit. So it's like, look, are all the shows good? Some are better than others. Like I said, I think Arrow was great the first 2 seasons. Flash was great the first 2 seasons. Legends was solid all the way through if you just like Legends, but that's not for everybody.
Didn't Legends have Riddick in that joint from the Chronicles of Riddick?
No,
I don't think so. No,
not like the actual character Riddick. Like it was a guy that looked like he was from the Chronicles of Riddick.
No, I haven't seen every season of Legends, or I haven't seen the most recent season because I've jumped off of all the CW shows. I just couldn't do it anymore. But
Dre in chat says I couldn't continue watching Legends of Tomorrow. I didn't even start because it looked a little cheesy to me. But
yeah,
CJ has said he has said no, it doesn't take itself seriously.
Heat Wave, bro.
Oh yeah, because the glasses. Okay, I see where you go. Yeah.
Heat
Wave, and
like,
it's like Heat Wave, Captain Cold, White Canary. They ended up bringing on Firestar, not Firestar. What's his name?
It's
fucking 2 dudes in one. Fucking fire.
Yeah, it's Firestorm.
Yeah, it's too many fire heroes. Yeah, but like they brought him in, and yeah, it's just a cast of side characters mostly. It started at Rip Hunter, but he left the show. But it's mostly like led by like White Canary and like I said, Heat Wave, Captain Cold. I think Captain Cold died in one season or whatever, but like alternate universes, they bring back another one and shit. CW's full in the multiverse because of Flash and shit, so they could just do whatever the fuck they want. But I really enjoyed Into the Crisis, even when they brought Black Lightning into Crisis for no reason. He was just like, "What the fuck am I doing in this crossover?" It's just like, you got to be here because it's in the contract. So help Barry for like 15 minutes and then go back to your own show. He was like, "What happened to my universe? I'm pretty sure your whole family's dead, but could you help us?" Like, what? But like, which brings to Black Lightning. Look, man, I wanted to love that show. But that's got to be next on the chopping block of bad TV shows. From a promising start to like a solid, like attempt. You could tell there was some care in the show, and I think the first season was like fair. You know what I'm saying? Watchable, intriguing enough. They had Jill Scott in that Joan as a villain. They had some stuff going on setting up. I like Tobias as a villain. And then, like, I think after season 1, that shit completely just fell apart. Like, that shit was being held together with duct tape. And, like, every plot line just got sloppy and pointless, and, like, nothing was going anywhere. And then, yeah, the whole, basically, Cress Williams playing Jefferson Pierce like a civil rights leader, as Hook always basically says, like,
I hate that guy.
And the family drama got contrived and stuff with the daughters and stuff. So it's like, oh, okay, it fell apart faster than most CW shows, but it tried. I wanted to love it, and it just wasn't there.
That's definitely where it fell apart. Where the family is like, oh hey, we're all superheroes now, and so I don't want you to be a superhero. And I'm just like, what? Why? Just shut up, bro. Like,
it's very drawn out too. Especially, it's a little frustrating if you're familiar with the comics and both of the daughters are superheroes. So you're just like, it shouldn't take us 3.5, 4 seasons to get to the point where it's like they've got their powers. Like, can they just be their personas, and can we move on with the show?
Like,
will they, won't they be heroes when we know damn well we've seen promo art of them in their costumes. Like, we know they're going to be heroes. Don't spend 22 episodes on that journey. That's a lot. Or 12. I think they didn't have as many episodes as the other shows, but whatever. Yeah, it just was weak. Like the whole tone of it was just very vanilla, where I was like, this was watchable, but like not that entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like I was following it. Like it wasn't making me mad like Titans. My fist wasn't shaking, but it was like I'm just not getting a lot of enjoyment out of watching this show. If this was a 30-minute show, I probably would have kept going with it. But I was like, I don't have an hour every week of this in me to do this.
Oh fuck, it's an
They started
hour
playing
show.
some
I forgot
goddamn
about
designer
that.
fucking at the end of one season, and they were playing Timmy Turner at a scene that had nothing to do with anything. It was just weird. It was just some weird, some weird choices they made in that show, man.
Yeah, I fell off that show a long time ago because, like I always say, I tell everybody I might sound like a hater, but I don't think Cress Williams can act. Like the way that the way that he be acting in the show, it'd be so cookie cutter, and he'd be like, "I'm here to save the town. I must save the town for my daughter and my kids, and you are the bad guy." I'm like,
You know
dog,
what?
like,
I think it's what it was. It was too safe. It was too CW. It was like a show that was trying to be like make like racial statements and trying to like.
yeah,
It was too CW-fied. It's like, well, we have to make it like fucking the tone
woke.
of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or some shit. Like it's got to be like a fucking teenage angst. We need like bullshit filler through the whole thing. It's like something about the tone was just off. Like that needed to be a serious show, and it was like had to adhere to the CW like
They tried to
tropes.
do what Luke Cage did. Luke Cage did well,
Yeah, and
which
Luke Cage had the
is
freedom of
yeah,
being on Netflix, you know what I'm saying? Of like being able to do a
mm,
little bit more rather than being a network TV show for CW that it has to play within a certain universe, even though they retconned it to even be in the universe. Because the first Black Lightning was on his own separate Earth, and now he's on Earth Prime with everyone else, which I don't even know is a thing anymore because Superman and Lois, Superman, that looks like they have nothing to do. Like they're like, this shit has nothing to do with CW. Like we're not mentioning Supergirl. We ain't talking
yeah.
about shit. Like we're gonna pretend this has nothing to do with that shit before.
Well, Dre in the chat says he liked Black Light in the first two seasons, but like you were mentioning with Superman and Lois, in that universe, what happens in that storyline? If y'all already know what happens in that particular storyline that Superman and Lois is based off of.
Oh, we are you
I
asking
didn't
me what
watch it.
happens? Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't. I mean, I've read a little bit of what happens with
What is it?
Superman and Lois.
What is it based off of the New 52 or something else?
No, I think it's some original stuff mixed in there, like the stuff they're doing with Commander Luther and shit like that. I think that's
Mm,
original. I mean, there's maybe some Elseworld stuff that pulls from. Like I said, I'm not a big Supermanologist, so like there's a lot of Superman
mm,
history I'm not an expert on, honestly. But I'm pretty sure a lot of that is original to the show. But the thing with him having kids is only because of Crisis. Like Crisis on Infinite Earths retcon that because the universe got changed when Oliver became the Spectre and put it back together. And at the end of the episode, Superman doesn't have the Lois was pregnant before, but then by the end of the episode, she's like, "Oh, we got to go check on the boys, the twins," and he's like, "What the fuck, twins?" And because of the changes in the universe, that's why it set up the Superman and Lois show. So that's why I was just like,
mm.
it's weird that they are just like not mentioning that shit at all. Like they're just like, this has nothing to do with CW, even though CW, Crisis on Infinite Earths, literally set up the backdoor pilot to Superman and Lois, making her pregnant and
Right.
then changing the universe so that they would have twins that instead of just Jonathan, there's Jonathan and what's his sure, whatever the fucking other kid's name is.
Yeah.
Joseph. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Totally new creation because like I said, in most iterations, Superman only has one kid and it's Jonathan and he becomes the next Superman.
Mm. And then one of them doesn't even have powers.
Yeah,
Well,
that's like I said, that's all new, but I think that's interesting. I think what makes that show work, other than the shows we've been roasting this whole time, and I haven't finished the first season of Superman and Lois. I'm like maybe like halfway through, but like what makes
mm.
that show work is they're leaning into interesting aspects of Superman that I think other things haven't touched. Where it's like we know Superman goes and punches aliens and shit. We see that in Man of
Mm.
Steel. We've seen that a million times, but like what is his work life balance? You know what I'm saying? Like how does he balance his wife and his family being literally Superman, the most on demand superhero ever, who has to be like, we need you to fucking go to space and stop an asteroid. Like, how do you
Right
have a personal
now.
life? Yeah, like,
It's
you know what I'm
We
saying?
need
it's
you
Like,
to go to
it's like
Mars right now and come back and take your daughter to the prom or some shit. Like,
I would think it's like Omni Man though, like minus the like the whole pet thing, but I would feel like it's like Omni Man, like he's just home chilling, and then all of a sudden, oh hey, I'll be right back, and then zoop zoop, he speeds off, speeds back, boom, he's back, It's dinner time.
And I feel like that works for like a minute, but that's why I think it was interesting to make him a dad and to focus on the dad aspect and have like teenage sons instead of Jonathan being like young and Lois can watch him while he's saving the world. Like these are kids that actually need their dad and like they're getting powers, so that's an extra complication. And I think it's just like I said, they're just touching interesting layers that you never really think about in a Superman story of like, how would he balance that if he's on call from the military to stop every fucking crisis on Earth? How the fuck would he have time to go to his kid's football game? You know what I'm saying? How would he have time to train them about their powers and worry
With
about that? You
super
know what I'm
speed.
saying? I think it's cool. I think they're touching interesting things, and they actually gave the show a fucking budget. We're gonna do a Superman show where they failed with the Supergirl show. It's like you need to have him flying around doing super shit. Like we can't do another Smallville thing. So I think they finally learned their lesson. They're like, we're gonna give this a big budget, like a big budget for a show, so we can have Superman when he fights. It looks great. When he's doing shit, it looks super, and you buy it. It's not like some cheap ass CW level special effects anymore. They've got the HBO Max money now.
Yeah, and the thing that parallels between, like y'all mentioned, with Invincible and Omni Man, like the wives of the show or whatever, they're never really worried about their husbands because they're Omni Man, because they're Superman. You're basically married to a god that's invulnerable and you can't really fuck him over. So they're never really worried. They'd be like, "Hun, I gotta go kill a motherfucker on the moon right quick. I gotta go destroy a planet." They'd be like, "All right, well, I just start dinner. I'll see you in a little while." And that's what's really funny with Superman and Lois, because he's like the most exhausted fucking person on Earth, and he has to save Lois every goddamn episode because she's always getting into shit herself.
Yeah, but I think they nailed that relationship though. That's why Lois Lane is such a good character in the comics, because like she's not just standing around doing shit. Like she gets into shit, and she is like, she is solving the fucking mystery, and he's punching the bad guy. But like, yeah, she's never just like the damsel, and she's never just sitting around, and she's never like she's basically taking down Jeff Bezos in a plot line basically, and she's doing reporter shit. And it's like, at least they're having Lois do important stuff instead of just telling us like, oh, she's the best investigative reporter, but like she never does shit. And this show, like, it is actually Superman and Lois. Like Superman's got his plot line, and then Lois is also has her own villain. She's got her own plot line. She's also, you know what I'm saying, like, and they make her extremely capable. They make her extremely supportive, like you said, of their marriage and their dynamic and stuff like that. Of them being, you know, they've been married for a while, they've got kids, so it's like their partnership works really well. I think they do a good job at Lois. Like I said, I'm almost shocked at how good the show has been so far. Like I was expecting like another CW show, like I was expecting like a Supergirl type thing. And this show is from the jump. It's shot with a different lens. It's shot with that cinematic, you know, like IMAX like esque looking lens and shit. Like the show completely is hopefully what the next level of these CW shows is gonna be. Because this is a Greg Berlanti production as well. It's the same people who made the fucking shit. So it's like they just learned their lesson that people are tired of them weak ass CW shows and they got to step their game up.
Hey, Dre in the chat says, I just don't like Tyler Hoechlin as Superman. The only reason I haven't watched Superman and Lois. I can agree with that because it is a little jarring seeing Tyler Hoechlin play Superman when the last time I seen him play something, he was a werewolf. I mean, I don't even know if, no, for real. Like, I don't know if, like, with the Captain America thing, like, you have a cookie cutter white man, right?
Jeez.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to
Go for it. Now I'm listening.
You have, not cookie cutter, but a vanilla white man. Like, he doesn't really have a lot of personality or anything that sticks out. Like
homegirl, Twilight.
Yeah. God damn. Kristen Stewart gets a straight bullet. But yeah, like with not really having like a personality, they think that you could have anybody play these characters. And I don't really think you can have anybody play Superman because you still have to have a certain presence and all this other stuff. So I do kind of agree with Dre that I can't really see Tyler Hoechlin playing Superman.
I think Tyler Hoechlin plays a better Clark Kent than he does as Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah,
think he nails Clark Kent,
yeah.
but like, yeah, I think it's jarring because we just seen so many other people play Superman. I think
Mm.
it helps if you did watch Supergirl and the shit because like you'll get used to him being Superman. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that helps that I did watch some of the Supergirl and like I felt that way when I first watched him on Supergirl. I was just like, this ain't it. But like after a while, you just kind of get used to him, I guess, and it's just like kind of, you know what I'm saying? Superman doesn't bother me, but I think he nails Clark. I think he's an excellent Clark Kent of playing, like you said, the clumsy, the concerned dad, the all American from Smallville, Kansas, is trying to be moral and all that shit. I think he nails that part of
Mm.
Superman and just how innocent and naive and dopey and uncool he is, basically. I think he nails that.
Speaking of super people, I would like to throw out Stargirl as a horrible superhero show.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I will have you listen. Okay, fuck that. No, no, no. I'm sorry, CJ. Don't look at me like that. Cause you said you like Legends of Tomorrow. If you can watch that cheesy shit, you can watch Stargirl. Stargirl is okay. I will defend Stargirl here.
I watched 15 minutes.
It's cheesy. It's cheesy.
I got through 2 episodes and I was like, this ain't for me.
I didn't even get that far, bro. I was like,
yeah.
this is
I tried. I mean, it was a struggle. Like,
this is just
I didn't like their
lame.
portrayal of what is it? They got Icicle and they got like the what is it, like the Justice Society and shit like that. And
Yeah.
It's something
Society of
weird.
America.
yeah.
It's
I looked it
cheesy,
up
but
later,
it's
and I was
entertaining.
like, this is lame.
I might give it another shot later on, but right now,
Please. It's cheesy. It's cheesy. Out the gate. It's cheesy as fuck. And Luke Wilson, he always looks confused all the time. But it's cheesy, okay?
CW has hurt me too much. I've been hurt too many times. It's hard. It's hard.
It's cheesy. They do have.
You see
a
how
lot
long
of
it took me to even watch Superman and Lois, man, just because it was connected to the CW. I was like, I don't know about this, man.
That's why I have to be careful suggesting shows because I have weird taste in shows. I like some shit shows. Like I kind of like Records of Ragnarok. I liked it, you know.
Yeah, you wild for that.
I forgot you did like that. Oh my god. Hey,
I just
looked the show up. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
What show did you look up?
I looked up Stargirl, and apparently Jay Garrett is hold on. Never mind.
Garrett was in the Flash, but they might bring him back because he's a member of this Justice Society.
Yeah, it says that he is supposed to be airing in it.
Well, they did Jay Garrick in Flash season 3, 2, whatever the fuck whatever.
Is that the one where they have lightsabers?
That's wherever they are now, man. They didn't jump the shark. That's like season 7 or whatever the fuck they're at. I don't even know why they're still making. Once they did the fucking musical episode, that was it for me. I was like,
they had a musical. Holy
I'm fucking done. Him and Supergirl crossover, and it was just a musical episode. And I was like, I don't think these people understand my passionate hatred of musicals. I respect the talent in musicals. Like, trust me. Like, as a musician, I respect the art, but this is maybe a hot take, but I hate musicals. I hate all musicals. I hate the structure of musicals. I hate everything about musicals.
I don't like musicals that much either.
I don't care for musicals. The only musical
I can say that now. My ex was in theater, so I wasn't trying to say that, but like, fuck it. I can say it now. Like, I hate musicals, and I always have.
I don't like musicals like that. Really, myself. Like High School Musical.
Once everyone starts breaking out and singing, that's when my shit turns off. Like I'm literally like, nope.
We're all in this together.
Once I see choreographed singing and dance that, and fucking interrupts my plot.
You know what I hate worse than breaking out singing? I don't like people sing talking. Like you sing talk, like I hate
they're fucking narrating and singing. It's like nope. You did a whole episode of this. Oh, with the actors singing, so these non-singers. So you have Grant Gustin fucking singing all. Oh, I'm good. I'm fucking super good on this. Who the fuck's idea was this?
Actually,
they had a musical episode.
Look that shit up, son. Look it up. Wow. It's awful. It's fucking awful. If I can screen share, man, I got.
Stand by. I'm doing it right now. Stand by.
Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. Oh,
like, shit. He's doing it. Musical episode. Oh, here we go. Number 1 result here on I don't care about you reacting to this. 4 years ago? Geez, that's probably why.
Yeah, I don't know what season it was. I remember it was him and Supergirl were involved. They started singing, and I just didn't watch the rest of that episode.
7. Season 3, episode. My bad, not 7. Season 3, episode 17. There you go, Hook. Go ahead. I gave you, you know, the keys. Go ahead, drive the bus, fly the plane. Let it be known
episode 7,
that you about to suffer. Ooh. You know what else is horrible besides, what was the last thing I said? Stargirl?
Yeah.
Batwoman.
Yeah, we didn't get to Batwoman. I got tons of smoke for Batwoman because that was the most boring pilot I've ever fucking seen. Batwoman actually, when they announced the show, there was good potential for that show. Like I said, when they stick to the street level S characters like Arrow and stuff like that, I think they do a much better job. So I was like, Batwoman, a perfect fit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's you don't have to worry about dealing with the big Batman villains, but you can still play in Gotham and stuff like that. So I thought it was a perfect choice. Ruby Rose can't fucking act anyway, and then she left the show, but she is not a good actor. She's not a good actor. She's super stiff and dry as fuck, and so that was already a problem with the show.
They probably about to cancel us for that one. Ooh, Ruby Rose.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck. Show was bad. She left the show anyway. So like, and then they set up some I don't even know who the lady is because I stopped watching it for my own sanity. But they got like a black woman who picked up the cow for no reason. They're trying to do a Luke Fox thing. They brought in for Crisis on Infinite Earths. They brought in a fucking Kevin Conroy to play an older version of Batman. Super dope.
Mm-hmm.
Killed him off in 5 minutes. He had a stupid robot suit and he died in a CGI electrocution of his stupid fucking robot suit. And that's all we got. And like, Batgirl did us dirty. And that even the Batgirl, I think that was the Batgirl episode in Crisis, and they still did us dirty. I was like, oh, we get Kevin Conroy and he's dead. It's like, what the fuck, bro? My childhood Batman. Like, I finally got to see him in live action and just, yeah, no, that show's awful. It's awful. And I think it makes it worse because it is squandered potential. I feel like it could have been good if there were some interesting ideas or risks taken, but it was just super boring.
Javicia Leslie? I think that's how you say that. Javicia?
Yeah, something Leslie. I remember her name.
Yeah.
Mental. I don't know why they would set her up for failure. It's the same thing with Titans. I know we're not getting into Titans, but with the Starfire actress, where it's like, I don't think it's the actress's fault. You know what I'm saying? They're getting all the racial backlash. It's like, oh, you made her black, and that's not the actress's fault. Like, they just put them in a situation to fail. Like, to be like, oh, you're gonna be Starfire, but you're not gonna act like Starfire in any way. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna be trash.
Yeah, it's
trash fire.
Or it's like you're gonna be Batwoman, but not the Batwoman from the comics that people are invested in, like Kate Kane, the one like people watch the show to follow. You're just gonna be some new person that takes their mantle that no one fucking knows about, and see if the show keeps going for some reason. And it's a terrible decision, man. That show won't last much longer if it's still going. Who the fuck knows who's watching it? I don't know anybody watching that shit.
I would.
You know who's watching it? Ew, is this man really playing Jason Todd? This is a real thing. I looked at the cast.
You know what
Titans.
I know we weren't talking about Titans, but
Jason
Todd's my favorite Robin.
CJ. You about to trigger CJ.
Okay, I'm sorry. I stopped. This man look like Megamind, but I mean,
and he's got a Bronx accent. He's from like Brooklyn. He's like, yo, I'm Jason Todd. Yeah, I'm Tim Drake and like all this. No, it's Tim Drake. He's from like the fucking Bronx. Fucking Jason Todd's like 4 feet tall and like the fucking worst Red Hood of all time. Like we're gonna get to that.
Oh my God! Look at this forehead. Copy image, please, Jesus.
They introduced Blackfire into the show, and she's like on the Titans for some reason.
Of course, that goes back into the Power Ranger trope. You know, the bad guy that came from the other high school, and then now they're here with us.
And she's banging Superboy in the show. Like, what kind of? I don't know. They just don't care about anything in the show.
Definitely have Superboy in the show. I'm gonna watch season 3, man. I'm gonna see it. I gotta look at this.
I will not.
Oh my God, that's not his real head, dog.
Dog, that's his real head, bro.
No, it is not. Stop it.
Yes, it is,
Stop
dog.
it.
Yes, it is. Hold on, because now I'm gonna send you. Now I'm gonna send an image from like the show. There you go, bro. This is real head. The drink's real.
Oh shit. You're right. He said it really is that big. Jesus.
That's
That's why
Megamind,
his
bro.
helmet. That's why his helmet looked like a Xbox One.
Oh
God
god.
damn. When he put the red hood on, it looked like he wearing a goddamn book bag on his head.
He's like 4 feet tall, bro. He be pulling up on people. It's like, what the fuck, bro? This little kid in a red hood outfit, bro. Like, this shit is so
That's
fucking stupid,
crazy.
bro. And he's whiny and he's fucking a lackey for somebody else. It's wasted a whole season.
That's how it's always gonna go. But y'all got any other shows? You killed everything. I feel like that's it. I mean, I'm not trying like, whatever, but I can't think of any more horrible, because all your horrible shows definitely come from, unfortunately, DC.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of the last Marvel thing that was just like terrible outside of Inhumans. Like that was the fumble the bag moment for them, and I think they learned their lesson, and ever since then they've been pretty solid.
I mean,
because then again, Marvel really didn't have much besides like, what did they do? They did those X-Men joints. Didn't they do that? It wasn't X-Men. It was
the Gifted. Yeah, that sucked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had some fans for some reason, but as an X-Men fan, I didn't fucking like that shit.
It was bad. I tried to save it. It was bad. I'm sorry. The Runaways. Bubba in the chat says
Runaways. I think that's mixed bag. Like I wouldn't call that like the worst of the worst, but it's not. I don't think it's good. But I think I watched the first season. It was watchable of Runaways, but I think the tone is just. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's for me. I think it's for a younger audience, and that's why I just wasn't feeling it. Just like the comics are kind of like teenage aimed and shit. So I was like, it was just like a little too safe and like for me. But like Runaways is a good story. What they're taking from the comics is good, and like the show is for Hulu. It's all right. It kind of goes to that Cloak and Dagger shit too. Like not the worst show in the world, but like
I got a show.
Shit was a little boring, and like I wouldn't give it anything more than like a 6.
I got a show. I'm the only person that ever fucking watched it, but what is it? Hellstrom. It got canceled one season. It was pretty bad. It was good. It was good, but it was bad. Yeah, it was fucking bad. I can't even say it was good. It was bad. Whatever show. Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger. It wasn't. I would say Cloak and Dagger wasn't bad. Everybody. I wouldn't say it was bad. I would say that it's a nothing show.
Yeah, it's too slow. It's too slow.
Yeah, it's just nothing.
Way too slow.
Nothing really happened. It's just nothing. It's a whole lot of moody teenagers, and
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Like it's
all I can remember is like this shit is going so fucking slow to like move along the plot lines, and just like I know I'm familiar with them from the comics, so maybe that's again it makes me more impatient because I kind of know what's coming, but I was just like, can they just get their powers, dog? And then they don't understand their powers for so long, and like I don't know. I think again that's a show with some interesting potential that they could do something like a Cloak and Dagger series is not a bad idea, but yeah, I feel like you said, you have the perfect encapsulation. It's like a nothing show. It's like it's not bad or good. It's just like it's just there. It exists. It's fine.
Like the basement level of things that I'm looking for in a show is taking the character, like at the end of the season, you have to take the character from here to there, character wise. Like you gotta have some type of character development or some type of devolution or evolution. Like if you're just going to be doing the same shit you was doing in episode 1, why are we here? There was no character development. There wasn't anything you learned. There wasn't anything we learned about you. Like it's just nothing. And I feel like Cloak and Dagger was just a whole bunch of nothing. I mean, I don't even remember what happened in the show. And I watched all the seasons, I think. And I don't know. Bubba in chat says I watched the whole thing and they just did it wrong. Oh well, shit.
Well, there you go. They just did it wrong.
There you have it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's an interesting idea there. It's not a bad idea for a show, but there just wasn't enough there in terms. Hulu shows. I feel like all of them were nothing shows. Like I said, I didn't see Hellstrom, but like Hulu. Like Runaways was kind of a nothing show too, where
You
it's
don't
just like
have to.
I'm not mad I watched it, but like I didn't really enjoy it that much. Like it was alright. It was perfect like a background show or like something I watch with my mom at dinner or something. And it's like some shit that's not that serious, you know. But it's just like it just didn't do enough for me. Even though like I'm familiar with that comic, like I like the Runaways comic and the initial run of it. Like I think it's a really good concept that like these kids find out that their parents are all supervillains and they have to run away. And like it's a and that this is in a world. It makes more sense in the comics because it's a world where like the Avengers and shit exist, so they can be like, let's fucking call for some help because the whole world is superheroes and shit in the comics. But like in the show, they're just like, what the fuck do we do about this? Like our parents are evil and can't be trusted. Like I don't know what the fuck to take that. So I was like, that's a really interesting premise. So maybe they can tighten up the show a little bit. Like I said, I remember it being vaguely interesting, like a 6 out of 10 type show. Like it's all right. Sorry.
Bubba in the chat says Cloak and Dagger was a great concept, and they as characters are unique and interesting. But I feel the same way Chris does about Runaways. It's a weird show that I think has focuses that are for teen audiences.
Yeah, that's what I feel like the tone of those shows. Like this ain't aimed at me for like high level TV. This is like more of like chill, enjoyable CWS shit. Like where it's like this is light and like fairly inconsequential. When I like the ambitious shit. Like say Legion's one of my favorite shows. I like when things get weird or they get dark or you're pushing some boundaries where it's like okay, like Legion might have been too much for most people, but like that's a good ass show. It's the opposite of most of these shows that I'm criticizing, where it's like it's too safe, it's too predictable. It's not, you know, you're not pushing any boundaries. Or Legion was like the weirdest fucking show I've seen on network TV.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask both of y'all this. How many episodes into a show do you give a show until you be like, okay, I'm out?
It depends
Yeah.
on what's going on in the first episode. So, like Stargirl, for example, right? First 15 minutes, I was like, all right, this is lame. Not even gonna try it again. I've already heard too much negativity behind it, and it's just like, I'm done with it. But for an average like trashy show, most of the time I usually watch the entire season, like Jupiter's Legacy. Watch the entire show.
Yeah, it
So,
was interesting enough to keep me watching.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have finished that
not
if
just
we
for the
didn't.
fact that we had to watch it for work, but
Yeah,
you know,
let's say if we didn't have to watch it, I definitely would have dropped that shit.
If they decided to make, but here's the thing, because if they decided to make a season 2, if that ever did happen, I wouldn't be watching it.
Yeah, fuck no. Yeah,
I'd just be like, hey guys, do the Fire films without me. I didn't watch it. I mean, I'll listen and I'll tune into the live chat, but
I mean, for me, like I try to be patient with a show and give it as much time as I can, but you gotta juice after the first episode. You gotta at least have me interested enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if there's like a cliffhanger that comes later and shit like that, like your pilot has to be strong enough to make me interested enough to click episode 2. If it's not, then you fail. So it really is on your pilot to be, even if it's slow. Like even slow pilots that don't do much but set up the show, they at least set up interesting shit. Whereas it's like I want to see what they're setting up. This is getting interesting. You know what I'm saying? So I really do think the first episode is important. If a first episode doesn't grab anything, you know what I'm saying? I get nothing out of it. It's really hard for me to be like, I'm gonna let me keep going, especially if the show's an hour long. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easier for me. I'm much more forgiving to a 20-minute show, 23-minute show, to give it a bunch of episodes. So I'll give it 2. I give it 3. You know what I'm saying? But if it's one of them hour shows, like that pilot needs to get me engaged. If not, look, life is short. I don't have time to be watching every garbage show on TV. I don't get paid enough to be reviewing every goddamn thing. Niggas start sending me review copies for free in these movies and shit. That's one thing. I'll review everything, but like, I got other shit to do, and I'm not about to waste 10 hours of my life watching some Jupiter's Legacy type shit.
I asked because I can't see anybody like still waiting on a show to impress them at like at the end of episode 3 going into episode 4. Like nobody's sticking around that long for an ass show. Like, it's I don't know what I'm watching. I mean, it's cool, and you're on episode 4. Like you probably would just stop watching. You're not.
Yeah, like if you're not getting out and watch something I actually enjoy instead of being like, I wonder if I'm gonna like this show. I've already put a movie's worth of time into 4 episodes. If it's a 45-minute show, like You basically watched like a whole movie. If you don't know if you like it by then like shit. Like you're just not gonna know.
You kind of don't even want to watch it. You don't want to watch
think
it.
of Game of Thrones or any of the classic like great pilots. Like that, like those first episodes, you need like a cliffhanger. It needs to be something to drag, to get you into it. Like that's what the great shows do. Like you have to have a strong pilot. That's the whole point of the pilot episode. Like I think Superman and Lois had a strong pilot. Like you got to set things up to make it be like, oh, this is interesting. For a nigga who wasn't interested in a Superman show at all, who was just like, I'm gonna watch it just because I keep hearing it's decent and Hook is telling me to watch it. Shit. Like I'm not a Superman guy. I'm not like into Superman.
This is your only one, bro. This is your only one.
Come on, man. Well, listen, isn't it crazy how like you have like CJ said, you have a pilot. The pilot is supposed to hook you to the show. It's supposed to be the hook. You put all the money into the pilot, and the pilot be up here with it, and it fall off a fucking cliff by the end of the episode. Like episode 2 of shows be as episode 3. It's just funny how the first episode dope, and then the rest of the show is ass after that. For some shows.
It's got to be beyond a good premise. I mean, some shows have died from that. Like Lost is a perfect show from that, like a strong premise. But if you don't have a plan to get to an end of it, then that premise will spin until it's nothing, until the show falls apart. And even a show as great as Lost eventually fell apart because like it was just a premise. Like it was just like a cool premise and a pilot, but there was no actual full story there yet. So it was like it just never got there. So like that happens. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to go anime, but Bleach. I mean, like shit started great, but like
don't you do this, CJ?
Endings matter too. Like so as much as the concept in the start and the pilot was strong, I would say Bleach's first arc would be like its pilot arc, and like that shit is really strong, the first 2, and then not so much. A lot of things that don't have clear endpoints. Game of Thrones, the TV show, again, not to go back to Game of Thrones, but like when you have the source material and they're following it, that shit was good, and then like there's no clear ending, and they had to come up with some shit on their own. We've seen the greatest plane crash in the history of TV, basically.
It might be the greatest plane crash.
I think it is because it could have gone down as the greatest show ever until those last like 2 seasons just diarrheaed everywhere.
I think that's it.
Hey, where's that meme of the horse? You know, talk about where they show like season 1, 2, 3, and they keep showing.
Oh yeah,
the sketch of the horse. Yeah,
the sketch of the horse. Yeah, bro. Like I've seen so many of that for Game of Thrones. I still, hey, and y'all don't judge me, but I still yet to watch Game of. No, I don't have to watch it.
Come on, man. Just a couple seasons.
It used to be my number one most recommended show, but now I have a hard time because I know it doesn't have a good ending. So I'll be like, yeah, watch Game of Thrones, but only 5 of the 7 seasons or whatever. You know what
I've seen the ending. So
what's the worst part? You ain't gotta worry about that. We're just gonna hope that they do a Game of Thrones Brotherhood one day and we get an actual new ending.
Game of Thrones brother.
So we just gonna pray on that one day. One day we'll get a real ending, but we just don't have it right now. Nigga didn't even finish the books. The books he was supposed to finish like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, or some shit.
Man, he's still singing about wieners. You know what I'm saying?
I would respect that nigga more if he just be like, I'm not writing the book. I don't feel like doing it no more.
Yeah,
I get that. Okay,
hey, they coming out with a prequel though. You know.
They already did a prequel. They did the fucking. I have the prequel books. Like the books are all good. I was so into this shit. Now it makes me even more mad at Game of Thrones. I read all those books. I got into the universe for a story that's not ending. This is my fear of One Piece. This is why I have commitment issues with things that don't have endings.
Never end. Never, ever end.
Berserk, the fucking dude who was writing it died before the shit was over. Like I have commitment issues with things that don't have endings. To watch long things, because I'm not trying to watch 8 to 12 for One Piece. It's like 64 seasons of something, and then the shit not have a good ending. I'm not wishing that on One Piece. I'm sure One Piece is gonna have a phenomenal ending. I'm just saying.
Bubba in the chat says, let me know when you read Berserk. And bruh, how dare Mura. I gotta do a spell check. I guess that's a Mura. Do this to us. Who's Mura? I guess he's the author of.
It might have been trying to say Martin or something. Like I don't know.
Mura. He said Mura. I don't know. Yeah, Mura.
No idea.
No,
but
is that everything?
I feel like ew. Hold on, before I just saw this. Hey, Hook, your favorite show coming back.
What
Season
show?
2 has been greenlit.
What show?
Records of Ragnarok.
Whose taxpayer money is paying for this? Terrible.
Anime will broadcast in Japan in October.
Well, I mean, probably is super cheap to make with that goddamn shit ass animation they got on there. Fucking stilt ass shit. Like
Kentaro Miura is the author of Berserk.
He's talking about Miura. He's talking about the manga. Oh yeah. Berserk is one of the greatest manga ever. If you read that shit, that man is an artist. It's fucking savant. Like that fucking art in Berserk is next level shit. Like that's prodigious shit. Like I'm facts. The details in that shit, crazy, man.
Spit the facts.
Yeah,
all the
just
facts.
As an appreciator of art.
That's a great manga right there. Like
yeah, it's one of the few things where the manga surpasses the anime adaptations that have been made of it. Like the manga is so detailed and it looks so fucking good. Like in terms of what you can do.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. A lot of manga overkill their anime, code.
Yeah.
I think it's 50-50 because certain manga artists aren't as good, you know what I'm saying? And when they're not as good as some of them are better storytellers than they are artists, you know what I'm saying? Like it just depends on like the art quality and stuff. Because like I said, Bleach, again, not to keep coming back to Bleach, is an example of both. Because early in Bleach's run, it was phenomenal. Like the fucking line work and artwork and Bleach is early on is so good and detailed. And then that's why you could see so clearly by the end of it, the drop off of how awful it looked. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I mean, pulled a Aaron Rodgers and was just like, I just don't care about this anymore. Like I'm here, but I'm just here to like finish my contractual obligation.
Hey, KB. I think we got to end on what the fuck Bubba just said.
Let me hear it, man.
You can see the veins and the penis monsters in horrific detail. It's great. That's what he said.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the BonFiya.
Hold on. I got it.
It'd be so wild fucking monsters in Berserk, man. Like,
I'm so hurt because no homo, but I gotta agree, dog, because it's just
yeah, like it do be facts though. Like he didn't say anything that wasn't factual. Like the art be stunningly detailed, even on the horror parts and the things that you will keep you up at night.
Nasty.
But yeah, rest in peace to that artist. It's an amazing talent we lost there. And yeah, like I said, hope to see that some other great stuff, man. Like I said, I'm really working to get through Chainsaw Man. Hearing all the hype.
Ooh, I hear the anime's coming. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. This is what I'm saying. I'm trying to get prepared for the anime. I see Mappa's putting all their goddamn money into it. I saw the preview for the anime. It's like, oh, so you guys are like doing it. Like you're gonna Jujutsu Kaisen this shit. Like you're gonna like make it look amazing.
All right.
Do it.
I gotta watch it.
Once you read the manga and you finish it and you see like, all the fight scenes and like just the artwork itself and knowing what type of studio Mappa is, you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm ready, bro. I'm ready.
Yeah, when I saw that preview, I saw the little preview commercial they did for the first time because I heard they were producing this anime for a long time, but I was like, oh, that's what I'm saying. Like I knew they were doing it, but I didn't know they're doing it. Oh, they're like, this is gonna look like Jujutsu Kaisen. Like they're gonna make this look as good as it can possibly fucking look.
I'm not gonna lie, the manga for Jujutsu Kaisen isn't really like that great of an artwork. But
yeah, I was gonna say that's one of the jumps where it's like the art
right
is not great in there, but the story is. which is why the anime elevates it so much to finally get like that story with like that art and those effects. Like that's what takes Jujutsu Kaisen to another level. Attack on Titan's another one. The artwork in Attack on Titan is not that great in the manga. It's very rough. But you get to that anime and that you start hearing that orchestral music and like you start to get that perfect animation.
It's
and it's like
magnificent.
Yeah, next level. It takes an already great story becomes even better. So I'm hoping that's what Chainsaw Man's gonna get. I'm about 20 chapters in, so I'm still really, really early.
I ain't gonna say nothing. He said the great
watch
story becomes even more amazing.
Yeah, I hear it's got twists and turns, so I'm really excited to get through it.
I was still talking about Attack on Titan, and I was about to say that it's, to me, I didn't up until like that last chapter. You know what? That needs to be. We need to get a manga episode going on, but because if we talk about manga, we're gonna be going in for like another hour.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like hella spoilers. Niggas gonna be mad. Anime only people. So it's like manga readers only.
They'll get over it. But fellas, that's all we got.
Yeah, that's it for me.
We killed everything.
Yep.
Left no stone unturned. Yeah.
Left no penis unturned, apparently.
Wow.
Penis monster.
Stop
Left
it.
No penis monster unturned. What?
That is our time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Bonfire. We talk about a lot of stuff. Most of it's trash talk, as you can see, but we're getting there one day at a time. Hook, you got my outro, man. You got something motivational to say today. Let's motivate the people for this upcoming work week.
All right, for this upcoming work week, first off, I'd like to take a shout out all the Virgos, because there are a lot of great birthdays happening this month, especially my man C Jizzle just had a birthday, September 11th.
Hey.
Thank you.
You know it's after Virgo season, though. You know it's after Virgo season.
Oh, here
the
we
greatest
go.
season in the world. The greatest season.
This shit. What?
It's Libra season, boy.
I'm still part of that gang too. But also, my birthday is Wednesday, so hey everybody, my birthday is Wednesday. Also, Fire Squad merch is on sale. Hit up somebody from the Fire Squad Mafia. We will show you how to get one, or just contact me. Also, follow us on all the social medias, especially YouTube. Subscribe, leave a like, a comment. You know, come chill with the gang. Come holler at us. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave a review and leave a 5-star rating. That helps our algorithm and get us on more platforms. Thank you for joining us on another episode of The Bonfire.
Gang.
Good job, fellas.
No, it's over now.